What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about Jurgen Klopp's desperate cry for help towards the Liverpool owners. This is the first time I think that Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp came out and showed his frustration at the lack of action, the lack of transfer activity in the transfer window, and this seems like a pointed message to FSG, the Liverpool owners, that Liverpool need to make at least one signing, one transfer, preferably a centre-back, or it's even the top 4 finish is at risk. Liverpool are in 4th place, but we have Aston Villa, Everton, teams behind us who, if they win their game in hand, and Tottenham as well, then they will be ahead of us. So Liverpool could find themselves in 7th place before we play again in the Premier League, and that is absolutely shocking because not too long ago we were in 1st place. So I want to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think that the owners, FSG, are too cautious? I think it's an absolute joke that they are not backing the most successful Liverpool manager in recent times, in recent history. Jurgen Klopp is absolutely a genius. He's the best manager in world football, in my honest opinion. But when he has, on average, 6 players injured, 6 first-team players injured in every game constantly, then you can't ask him to work absolute miracles. I think overall he has worked miracles already, because Liverpool, on the budget and wages and everything, we should come 3rd or 4th in the Premier League in terms of you know, the squad strength and how much money we spend compared to Manchester United and Man City. But Jurgen Klopp has worked miracles, 2 Champions League finals, one of them we won it, 2 absolutely incredible Premier League seasons, 97 and 99 points. We should have won this Premier League twice already under Jurgen Klopp, but for Man City's incredible 98-point season. And Jurgen Klopp can't work miracles all the time with this many injuries. He needs help. So this is what Jurgen Klopp said. Of course somebody else is making decisions. It's always been like that. We discuss pretty much on a daily basis with the owners. I make recommendations on who to sign, but I cannot spend the money. That's not how it is. That's not how it works. I don't make those decisions, and I never did. I don't want to confuse anyone. I just said what I said. Hopefully we can clarify it now. These decisions are not my decisions. I cannot decide if we do something in the transfer market or not. So that is absolutely one of the clearest message to the owners. We need help. Jurgen Klopp and this Liverpool team needs help. And what better way to lift morale and to boost the squad by making a centre-back signing, even a loan signing for 6 months would help this Liverpool team. I already made a video about Eder Militao. He is available on loan for like 2-3 million pounds. That is absolutely nothing in terms of Liverpool's budget. So I think Jurgen Klopp needs help. And I wonder, where are all the Liverpool fans who have been saying that Jurgen Klopp controls the transfers and Jurgen Klopp is spending the money? He just makes recommendations to the owners on what Liverpool needs and what he thinks Liverpool needs, and then the owners decide whether we have the budget to sign the player or not. And I think Jurgen Klopp already said that we need a centre-back, and he already said that if it wasn't for the pandemic we would have already signed the centre-back. But this is a very, very risky tactic, because what if we miss out on the top 4 altogether? What if the worst case scenario is that Liverpool don't recover from this form, and in the next 1.5 months we play so many big games. We play Man United, Tottenham, Leicester, Everton, Manchester City, West Ham away, which is not going to be an easy game either. And if we lose most of those games, or if we draw most of those games and don't win those, then Liverpool could find themselves, never mind a million miles away from the title race, but we could find ourselves 5, 6, 7 points away from top 4, and by that time it will be February and it would be too late to make a centre-back signing. And Jurgen Klopp also said that his main focus is to do the training and to make the players better on the training pitch, and of course to help the team. That way he can't make transfers, he just can recommend players to sign. But if the owners decide not to give Jurgen Klopp any money. I think it's a major mistake. I understand that we are in the middle of the pandemic, and I understand that Jurgen Klopp, I mean, Liverpool have to be very careful with their finances. We are not a Man City, we are not a Man United where we can spend 40-50 million pounds in the middle of the pandemic. But if Liverpool don't bring in somebody, I mean, Socrates, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but he would be better than nothing. He just broke his contract with Arsenal, so he's a free agent, and he would be just an experienced centre-back who could come in and play some games until the summer, at least until Van Dijk and Gomez are back. So we could give him a short 6-month contract on moderate wages. I don't think it would cost a lot of money for Liverpool. We are risking so much. Can you imagine the embarrassment and the fallout if the reigning Premier League champions Liverpool didn't even finish in the top 4? There would be some major repercussions financially as well. We might have to tighten the purse strings even more and not spend on really important players. And one of the reasons why I think this Liverpool team is running out of steam is injuries. Another reason is that this Liverpool team has been basically playing together for like 4 seasons now. In the 2017-18 season, where we made the Champions League final, we started with Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Wijnaldum, Milner, Henderson, Firmino, Salah and Mane. So 9 players out of the outfield 10 players have been the same in this Liverpool side. You could argue that Wijnaldum is, I mean, Milner is not a regular starter, but all the other players have been starting regularly for Liverpool, which means that this Liverpool team hasn't had a major star come in since then, apart from Fabinho and Alisson. So two players that we signed have come in, but the others I think are the same. And sometimes a team just needs freshening up. Sometimes it needs fresh faces, and in the summer we need to make 1 or 2 major signings. I think the priority has to be a striker. I checked Roberto Firmino's numbers, and he scored just 5 goals in 27 games this season. He scored 12 goals in 52 games last season. His goals to game ratio is even worse than last season. 27 games and just 5 goals for a striker. That's absolutely shocking. That's dreadful. And I mean, the backup players, of course, Origi and Minamino and Shaqiri, don't cover themselves in glory. I think Jota is the major miss as well. One of the major reasons why Liverpool are struggling so much is because Jota is out injured. He was the one player who had a similar goals to games ratio to Mane and Salah. 9 goals in just 17 games for Diogo Jota. I checked that as well. And because he got injured in that meaningless Midtjylland game, I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp regrets playing him now. But hindsight is 2020, he could have been injured anywhere, really. Him missing like 2 months in this crucial period, in a December and January period, where Mane, Salah and Firmino needed some rotation. And Diogo Jota is ruthless in front of goal. I like that he's full of confidence, he's shooting on sight, and we have missed him. We have missed his ruthless finishing in this run. So these are the main reasons why Liverpool are struggling so much. And I think that Jurgen Klopp absolutely has to be backed by the owners, and even if it means that taking away a few million pounds from the summer transfer budget, I think in the summer Liverpool would need to sign a centre-back anyway. So why not bring that forward to 6 months and sign a centre-back in the January transfer window? And I know that maybe Jurgen Klopp's first choice is not available, but then just make a loan signing. Just sign Socrates, sign Eder Militao on a 6-month loan or on a 6-month contract in Socrates' case. That's better than nothing, and that's better than like just sitting on our hands and waiting for this season to peter out into mediocrity, because that's exactly what is happening at Liverpool right now. And I think it's very painful. Jurgen Klopp is really hurting from this. I just watched his Man United pre-match press conference. He has huge bags under his eyes. I mean, previously he said he was up until 2 a.m. after we lost to Southampton, just staring at the wall and thinking what he could do, what he could improve. And I really love that Jurgen Klopp took the blame himself, took responsibility. He basically protected his players. He didn't dig out the players. He didn't blame the players for the Burnley loss, for this bad form. He said that he needs to figure out what he can do and how he could change the situation, and how he could improve the Liverpool's form. I think a centre-back signing is an absolute must. I've said that for months since Van Dijk got injured, even before the Joe Gomez injury. So now I want to explore the other side. Why FSG are not signing a centre-back? Why are they not sanctioning a big money transfer? We have always spent money responsibly under FSG, and I think they refuse to go away from that strategy in this very unusual pandemic season where two of our major centre-backs are injured. Basically, buying a new and shiny centre-back, according probably to FSG, won't solve all of our problems. Maybe it will make new ones. If we sign an Upamecano on big wages, big transfer fee, and Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez recovers, then we will have 4 centre-backs on big wages competing against each other and not having a set centre-back duo who plays every week in the Premier League. And paying 4 centre-backs with good wages is an overkill. And if FSG decide to buy, they want to buy the best player on the market that fits Liverpool, and that will be approved by Jurgen Klopp and Michael Edwards, and they buy that player for the long term. So one of the reasons why we are not maybe chasing a really big centre-back signing right now is that we believe that once Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk come back in the summer, then we will have our set centre-back partnership, so we don't need a centre-back who costs a lot of money. But that's why I'm saying a 6-month loan in this scenario would be the ideal solution for all parties, in my opinion. But let me know what you think about this. The big problem with this strategy of not signing a centre-back is if Fabinho gets injured, if he gets injured for 1 month or 2, our top 4 redeem is over. There is no way that we will finish in the top 4 with Matip and Nathaniel Phillips or Reece Williams at the back. And Matip also, there is no guarantee that Matip will stay fit until the end of the season. So that's my honest opinion, and I think Jurgen Klopp should be backed, should be helped by the owners, and just do a loan deal, something that helps Jurgen Klopp. Jamie Carragher also was worried about Liverpool's form. I cannot remember a time with so many players out of form at the same time at Liverpool. If the next run of the games do not go well, then I have no doubt that Liverpool will be out of the title race by the middle of February, the end of February. If that happens, then Liverpool will be fighting for their lives to be in the Champions League next season. This will be a real test for these players. Jurgen will now find out what he has in the dressing room, and the real big players will stand up now and help Liverpool out of this slump. But Carragher fears that belief has drained out of the Premier League champions. They start nice and bright and you think it is something to build on, but they just seem to lose belief and confidence so quickly that they cannot actually score a goal, and it is almost as if they feel they need to score in the first half an hour. Normally the great teams, and this Liverpool team over the last few years, score a lot of great late goals, but it feels like the belief completely goes. As the clock ticks and gets closer to 90 minutes, the belief goes and you cannot see how Liverpool can score really. I cannot remember a time when so many players were out of form at Liverpool at the same time. Think of the front three and the fullbacks in terms of providing quality and assists, things we have seen so often. All 5 of them are nowhere near their best. It is just not scoring, but it is general play. What happened to Trent Alexander-Arnold is the biggest example of this. Last night he had 30 crosses and only 2 of those 30 crosses were successful. He put 28 crosses in, which didn't find a Liverpool teammate, which is absolutely shocking. That's honestly just like Liverpool having 80 something shots in the past 4 games and scoring 0 goals. That's also absolutely shocking. Jamie Carragher also said Mo Salah comes on and he's one-on-one against the left back 3 or 4 times and just runs straight at him. Firmino's chance when he comes on. It felt like Alexander-Arnold put in so many crosses and never found someone. I think Liverpool supporters will be massively frustrated. This team has done something for this club that nobody has done for so long, brought a title back. They will always be legends in everyone's eyes. But for whatever reason, in these last 4 or 5 games, it has not just dropped off, but massively dropped Liverpool's form. It is a huge worry going forward, not just in terms of the title, but even in terms of the top 4, because like 8 or 9 teams are so close to each other. If the next run of games do not go well, I have no doubt they will be well out of the title race, and they will be fighting just for top 4. And for Souness, Graham Souness, he said that Liverpool are not the same team as last season. You don't need to tell me to tell you that they are not the same team, because they are like 20 points worse off or 19 points worse off than last season. This has been coming. Liverpool have been a shadow of the team we have seen for the best part of 3 years. There wasn't any sparkle tonight. They were flat when they got the ball into the final third, and when the time came to deliver, delivery was poor time and time again. They lacked quality all the way through. There is so much expectation on their shadows because of what they have done in the last couple of seasons. European champions, Premier League champions, the expectation levels are there and on their shoulders. It was at the start of the season and they have not dealt with it very well. That's what makes you a special team. It's hard to win it, but it's even harder to retain it, to win the title again after winning it. That's what makes you a special team. And now, right now, this Liverpool team are not up for that challenge. That's actually a very true statement. Liverpool are not up to the challenge. Old Trafford, FA Cup, that has to change Liverpool's season. If we go out of the FA Cup against Manchester United, I mean, our season won't be over, but realistically, winning a trophy this season will be extremely hard because of Liverpool's horrendous run of form. As I said, I just cannot see Liverpool winning the title or winning the Champions League on this kind of form. And of course, this is just form for like 5-6 games. But if Liverpool don't find their goal-scoring boots soon, we will be out of the title race. Pretty much we are already, I think. But it could be absolutely confirmed if we lose to Tottenham. And I think in the Champions League, can you see Liverpool winning the Champions League without Van Dijk, without Joe Gomez, against huge teams in the Champions League? Bayern Munich, Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, even Leipzig are very solid. They are second in the Bundesliga. They are winning almost every week. On current form, I would fancy Leipzig to knock out Liverpool, because we just can't find a goal from anywhere. Thankfully, that game is still like a month away. So hopefully Liverpool will find their goal-scoring boots until then, but it's not looking good right now. Let me know how do you feel, and let me know what do you think about all the topics that we discussed. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.